inevitably, after we tell our kids no, something awful is going to happen. So many times I've told my daughter no, and it ends in meltdown, kicking, screaming. So Dr. Regina Crone came up with a really fun, good idea that's simple, and it's teaching no, but instead of just teaching no.
Okay, this kind of transforms your mind from maybe what you grew up with, which is because I said no. Okay, so back up and start thinking about when I say the word no, add a but to that. And one of the reasons we want to do that is we want to give kids the idea that no doesn't mean nothing else is available. It means no to that. Or no, when you're saying, instead of saying no, don't do that, tell somebody what to do instead. So we're kind of looking at not just no to stop or cease or not available, but what can we do instead? And so here's some things to remember. Not just to say no, because we don't always want it just to be a worsening of conditions or scenario, and that can oftentimes causes unwanted behaviors, but also instead of using no, give that alternative. And for example, no, you can't have ice cream, but you can have pudding, or no, you can't have ice cream, but you can have a banana, right? So there's these things that you can put in place, or no, you can't have TV right now, but you can play Legos. So there's these different things that you can set up, and letting kids know that there's a different opportunity, a different choice, and no doesn't just mean you can't have anything. Okay, one of the other really big key things is our kids have history with the word no, and no usually means I'm not getting my way. There's no alternative. So you're going to have to implement practicing this. Practice, practice, practice. So what I mean by this is we kind of come up with 3 steps to teaching no, so that in your daily lives, it becomes a very easy thing to use that no and but word. And so what you're going to do is 10 times a day, you're going to start with step 1. And step 1 is going to be saying no and giving an alternative to something better. So here's the example. No, you can't eat broccoli, but you can have a bite of ice cream, right? Now no starts to kind of create a different expectation that no doesn't always mean something worse. It means something different. So you're going to practice that probably 10 times in a day, where you find opportunities to say no to something and then offer something better. Once that is mastered, you can go to step 2. And that is you're going to say no, followed by something that is of equal value. So for example, no, you can't have the banana, but you can have an apple. If those are of equal value, that works, right? Now you can't have the yellow M&Ms, but you can have the green ones. It could be something as similar as that. Or maybe they ask for a show that they want to watch, and they say, hey, can I watch, National Geographic? And you say, no, but you can watch The Train, National Geographic. Whatever that is, that's of equal value. Same thing, you can't have pudding, but you can have ice cream. If those are equal value, now you're starting to see that no isn't going to always mean something's worse, isn't always going to mean something's going to be better, but sometimes it's going to mean that there's something the same, and I can tolerate that because there's choices and options beyond the word no. Okay, so you're going to practice that about 10 times a day. Once that is mastered and easily accepted, you're going to move on to number 3, and that is where you're going to have no is going to be no, but you're going to have something of lesser value. So here's an example. No, you can't watch TV, but you can read a book. Or no, you can't have ice cream, but you can have grapes, right? Those things might be lesser preferred than those other items I mentioned. And so that is step 3. Now, when you're on step 3, what I'd love for you to do, because this is the harder one, this is the trickier one, you're going to do this 10 times, but within those 10 times, you're actually going to intersperse other trials of 1 and 2. So steps 1, 2, and 3 on that day that you're working on step 3 are going to be intermixed. So you might end up with 30 opportunities where you're saying no, but 10 of those are going to be for lesser ones. And so this becomes just a way to practice, reintroduce the word no, create lots of practice and fluency with it, so that hopefully the next time you have to say no to something, you know to offer an alternative, and your kiddo knows how to respond in a way that doesn't produce behavior.
I think this is really going to help, not just with having your child not do an immediate meltdown, but it's long-term going to help too. It helps with critical thinking, where no now becomes an opportunity. So in their life in general, they can begin thinking outside the box the minute they hear no. Well, how can we rework this? How can we do this? And it also helps our kids think with creative thought, where it just starts a process where they're not getting stuck in that no. So I think this is fantastic. We have this for you to print out and go through with your kids. Have a sunny day.